So I figured I'd video this process because I haven't seen a video of this particular method yet. Here's a Motorola Select 3000E. It's an early GSM 1900 phone for the American market, and this one is locked to Bell South. So, problem. I want to use this on T-Mobile while we still can. I have about 2 weeks left to do that, or less than 2 weeks. It's July 22nd of 2026 here. This is a Red Pocket mobile SIM card in a track phone holder. And if I put this into the phone, into the full-size SIM card slot, it'll say enter special code, which is an 8-digit code that is known only, or should be known only, to the service provider. Interestingly, I put the IMEI for this into AT&T's unlocking page, and it didn't work at all. But turns out the checksum is calculated wrong. The checksum's not printed on the back of the phone. It's printed as 0, even though it should be a different number. I forget what the number is. And if you put it in there right, it actually starts an unlock request, and it says this model of phone. Bell South is a predecessor of Singular, which is a predecessor of AT&T. So I could probably call and get them to give me the code. It aired out, and the representative on the chat said that I had to call and have an account and all kinds of weird stuff, so I don't have an account. But anyway, just to test this phone, I programmed this SIM, which has the mobile network code of Bell South on it, which I believe is now used by somebody else. I don't remember who, but you can stick it in there, and it confirms the phone does work. And sort of an interesting thing, I'll do this first before I unlock it. If you go to network selection, variable networks, pull out the antenna. We're in the basement here. We'll see if it comes in. It should, as before. There's VoiceStream, which is the modern the predecessor of T-Mobile before they were bought by the Germans. So problem, how do you unlock this phone? Now, back in 2020 or so, I had this phone unlocked by a guy on eBay, and this does work just fine with that SIM card. This is just like 2000E, as you can see, and it's the same kind of phone with a flip. The reason I'd really like to get this one working is, as you can see, the screen works great on this. This screen is terrible. It's got a ton of dead pixels, and I also broke the antenna once and all kinds of things. But the way he probably unlocked it is he got something, I believe it's called an IOEMMI or something like that box, and it plugs into this port, and you edit the ROM, and you disable the service provider lock. Well, there's a second method that you can actually buy this card on eBay. Somebody sells them for about 80 pounds, I believe it is. And it wouldn't be here in time, so I'm not going to buy one. But it's a PIC 12F84. Well, the one on eBay is a PIC 1284. The original one is a special smart card. But anyway, you plug it in, and it puts it with what's called clone mode. And you can edit the EEPROM from the SIM card slot. It's in the phone here. And the emulated one is a PIC 1284 and an EEPROM, and they make these things called gold cards that you can program, and the guy on eBay is selling some programmed ones. Well, there's a second method, and that's SIM card emulation. There's this program called ASIM Emulator, and there's a circuit you build here, just a few transistors there, and here's some signals on the scope yet, and it goes into the serial port on an older laptop, about from 2000 or so, this laptop, and you can emulate that clone card. So what I'll do here is to show, stick this in. Well, first we'll get it primed to go in all the way. We'll go over here to clone, run clone card emulating, stick it in, see what clone mode. It sends this special code, which I don't remember what that stands for, but ATR is what a smart card sends to tell the phone what it is, or what, the reader what it is. And then the phone sends that password, which is test code, which, yeah, real secure password there. So here in clone mode, you can upload and download blocks of data. Now, I thought it was raw EEPROM data, but it's actually like a formatted sort of packet protocol, where there's actually headers that they don't have to be in order. Basically, it says, you know, a header if this is where it goes in the EEPROM. Well, anyhow, so you can read some stuff out of there. We'll read out frame 4. So you can go 02 is read to the card, 4, hit pound. And you see it's reading from the address, and there's data going across the serial port. And once this reads in, looks like it's finished. We can go back over the clone, you can view the frame, and here is what it got. Somewhere in there, yeah, you can see the wake up text of Bell South Mobility DCS. But one problem is in here, there is no service provider lock bit. It doesn't exist on the card. There's a bug where if you set the length, which is the first part of the header here, it's 30 bytes there, 11 subfield 1, it allows you to write wherever. And the guy that wrote, or one of the sites that had this software on, I don't think he wrote it, but he has a hack that works on phones with date codes from before September of '98, which this one is. So we'll run clone again. Oh, you know what? I messed up. Clone, load frame, load SP unlock.bin. Custom frame, disable SP lock flag. So this is either going to work or it's going to break the phone completely. So I want to get it on film. So I'll go clone, I'm going to run clone. Just stick this in clone mode. I think we just say 03 pound is write transfer into phone. I think that's it. So power off. Pull this card out partially, power back on. Okay, it's not dead. Pull the card out. Let me get my track phone or Rad Pocket card back in here. Oh, it worked. It's unlocked. Awesome. Sweet, so that works. It's very cool. Now I have less than 2 weeks to enjoy this. I'm gonna have to rock this everywhere I possibly can. Check card. Oh, okay, I think that was just bad connection. Sweet. Now it should come up and say voice stream. Or Red Pocket, actually, because it's on the SIM card, right? If I know what I'm talking about, which I may or may not. There we go. So it's unlocked, and we can get service for another 2 weeks or less, like I said. This is a little Easter egg on T-Mobile. If you call this number, you get music, if it works. A little reggae song. That's awesome. Sweet. All right. That's how you unlock one of these, which won't be super useful for much longer, but I guess you could put any Nano BTS or whatever you call it SIM card in here from now on, which is cool. Sweet.